The Sex Ed with Tim podcast is recorded on the traditional territory of many nations, including the Mississaugas of the Credit, the Anishinaabe, the Chippewa, the Haudenosaunee, and the Wendat peoples, and is now home to many diverse First Nations, Inuit, and Métis people. We acknowledge that Toronto is covered by Treaty 13, signed with the Mississaugas of the Credit, and the Williams Treaty, signed with multiple Mississaugas and Chippewa bands.
You're listening to Sex Ed with Tim.
Hello and welcome to another episode of the Sex Ed with Tim podcast. I'm your host, Tim, certified sex educator, your local chaotic homosexual. And how is working in porn different than any other career? Well, it's the only job where you have to stay late if you come early. Give you a second to...
I've never heard that one before.
Isn't it true, though?
It's so true. Genius.
When I was thinking about this, I was like, yeah, you know what? If you come early, you gotta stay later, reset, clear the set, fucking get the fluffer out or whatever. Oh my god.
Oh my god. This is the job where I've been the most happy to do overtime work ever. Like, boss, please, do you have any extra hours? Like, I'll pick up anybody's shift. God damn it! Call me at home. Call me. I'm available. Call me at my other work. I will leave my other job to come do anytime.
That's so good. I love it. Well, since you already kind of gave it away, I was hoping, Malcolm, if you could please introduce yourself to the audience and what it is that you do.
Hello, lovely Earth humans. I am Malcolm Lovejoy from Planet Love, and I'm just here to give love, passion, sex, truth, and then
I'm just here to fuck and party.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Essentially, yes. I'm here to love you, fuck you, touch you, hug you, and then... Mwah.
Are you addressing the audience or me specifically? Because I'm like kind of flattered. Oh my god.
A little bit from column A, a little bit from column B.
Oh my god. Listeners, if by the end of this show, Malcolm decides to put his penis in my butthole, I will have finally accomplished something in my life. Yes.
Wow.
I finally made it. I got fucked by the Malcolm Lovejoy. Yes. Oh my god. And this is...
Everybody needs goals in life. Everybody needs goals in life.
I'm coming into this recording freshly fucked. So I'm still quite warm.
I love to hear that. Fuck.
Which is why I'm so sore. I'm not even kidding you. Like, my hips are so fucking sore. Because I had my feet over my head for like 4 hours straight.
Oh,
happy Pride Month, right?
Yeah, that's my friend. So it's so important to find those with parallel appetites. Like I don't want to be a dick. I don't want to be a shitty person. But like when I'm looking for my partners now, I'm like, the first thing I want to ask is, can you fuck for 3 or 4 hours? Do you have the capability? Yeah, I'm like, I don't mean like once a week. I'm like, is this like your daily standard? Because this is my standard. If we only have time to fuck for 5 minutes, okay, I'll take that 5 minutes. We're fucking, I'll probably squeeze it to 6 and then show up late to the event. But like if I have time to fuck for 4 hours, I want to fuck for 4 hours. Obviously, we would take a little drink break, 1 or 2, but like I have a high sexual appetite, and I really want to find people who have that too, because it's just I parallel it to Olympians and professional athletes. I'm like, a professional athlete has no problem practicing for 11 hours a day. It's like, yeah, if you want to be a fucking couch potato and just do nothing, like, go and do that. But I want to fuck for hours.
Even Olympians fuck for hours, like on the day of the event.
I think about that so much, like with those top level bodies, like the amount, and imagine this superior sex that is happening, those lucky beds to just hold those immaculate bodies that are just like fine-tuned machines, just fucking just like, oh my God, like we can do 94 positions. Look at the flexibility, the fucking stamina.
I can't remember where I read this, but like there seems to always be an uptick in condom sales during the weeks leading up to the Olympics. So that means the Olympic Association is providing like condoms and everything because they know everyone's like fucking like, ooh, foreign athlete here, like a Russian gymnast over there. And like, just like, that's so hot. I want to be there.
Fuck, Swedish figure skater. Like, my God, for real. Skater. Like some of those.
Oh, Lord.
Oh my God, the thigh formations of some of those sprinters. I don't care where you're from, but just some of those long distance
right here on my shoulders. Put your legs on my shoulders.
Just straddle my face, please. Oh, just fucking.
I was hoping they would
legs around
choke me.
Bro.
Choke me with
choke. Just choke me with those thighs, and then flex your muscle. Just flex,
and just pop my head like a pimple, you know, with your thigh muscles.
Go for it. Go for it.
That's so hot. How did you know, Malcolm, when you were so good at sex? When did you first realize that you were pretty good at this?
I've never really been told that I'm not good. I've never had a reputation of not. So that's one thing. Even when I was a teen, I would fuck for a good hour, an hour or two, like 16 years old, fucking for an hour, 17, 18, like, I don't like this whole 2-minute brother thing. I'm like, what? Sucks to be them. Like, I'm not familiar with the experience. I'm like, couldn't be me. I was
talking to my two friends about this, and they were like, if you fuck for only 2 minutes, you might as well be dead. Because like, harsh but true. But like, damn, you make yourself come in 2 minutes, but she doesn't get to finish. Like, what the hell is that? That's rude.
What is that's so rude that like, get your fingers out, get your toys out, get your mouth out, like your tongue. Like, you better continue. If your dick is benched for the fucking then call in the troops. You better get some backup. But the other thing is that I wanted to also say, in my mid-20s, I had a bunch of partners say, I had a variety, before I got into porn, I had a bunch of people say, you should be getting paid for this. I had a number of women actually say to me, you fuck so good, you should be getting paid for this. And I was like, you know, this isn't just my own delusional, masculine hubris, just fucking like narcissistic thinking, I got the biggest dick in the planet and I'm the like, no, this is like external response. Like, and I actually, yeah, there's one woman who actually, I'll tell you very quickly, she was like, okay, we're going to fucking do this hustle. You fuck, we're going to do $100. I get $100 for every time that I hook up some sex for you. You get $70 for the sex. I get $30 for the hookup. I get the administration fee. But she's like, this sex is too good. I know 3 or 4 of my homegirls that need to be fucked, like how you're fucking me. And we had sex 3 times. And I was like, okay, I like this. I was like 33, 30. And I was like, why would I not do this? This is fantastic. There's nothing wrong with this deal. So we had sex one more time, the 4th time we had sex. And she was like, nope, can't do it. I quit. She's like, I want you all to myself. And I was like, what are you? I was like, I didn't say that I would stop having sex with you just because I'm having sex with your homegirls that we're getting money for. why did you think, and why do you think that you could possess me? Like, so that ruined it. I obviously had to break up with her. I'm like, nah, I'm not. One, you're renegotiating our very awesome business deal, and now nobody's gonna. So that was actually right before I became Malcolm Lovejoy, and yeah, that's just to answer your question. Like, I've had a lot of, not a lot, but many of my partners say, "You're fantastic. This is some of the best sex I've had. This is some of the best pussy eating I've ever had." Yeah, I hear that.
I had a similar experience before entering sex work. Actually, almost to the T, because what happened was I was at the Gap at Bay and Bloor. It was like their flagship store, and it was me and this other girl who was working inventory. And then it was like late at night. It was like 11 o'clock, going into the after hours of midnight, and it was like one thing led to another. She told me that she's a pimp, and then she invited me back to her home, and then, you know, we got drunk, hooked up with her, and then she's like, "You're really good at this. I think you should get paid. Do you want to join my team?" And I was like, "Sure, okay." I was 19 at the time, and I was like, to be validated of my sexual prowess at 19 years old, I was like, okay, I like this. Yeah, I'll take it. Money kept coming in, all because I was so good at fucking. And not just like fucking, but like just a general like partner. Because a lot of my clients were not even like sexual. Most of them were like just emotional. And I think that's what makes a good sex partner, is like the emotional connection that comes with it. Like, yeah, it can be like, you know, an hour or even half an hour or whatever. It can be for the night, for many nights. But as long as there's like a connection in that sexual experience, I think that's what makes a good sexual partner. I don't know. Like, what do you think?
You nailed it. You really nailed it. And I'm so glad you said it, because I refuse to fuck like some kind of like hyper masculine mannequin. Like, I'm not. I look in the eyes. I love to kiss. I love to hold hands. I love to breathe together, and I love romantic pornographic sex. Like, it's not. It could go to any extreme. It could be absolute primal carnal fucking weird two animals that are just ravaging each other, but it's still romantic. Like, I don't think it has to be like you disembody yourself and you like distance yourself from the person. Like, no, I'm with you. Like, people, and so to be honest, sometimes I feel like I can be a little too. I don't get clingy and possess but like sometimes I'm more romantic or emotional than I think some people are prepared for, especially if they're not ready to reciprocate it. And I had sex with one of my favorite partners. We were fucking for a long time, and one day we fucked 3 times in that day, and she's like, you know what? I gotta tell you, most people don't maintain eye contact as much as you and I do. And I was like, what? I'm like, you're so fucking beautiful. Like, voluptuous, amazing, gorgeous porn star of a partner. And she's like, most dudes honestly don't have the courage to look in your eyes for even 4 or 5 seconds straight. And I was like, really? So she's like, yeah, no, they just, so emotion's a big part of my fucking. Like, it's like my hips are there, but my heart is also.
Oh, you fuck with not just your dick, but your heart. That's so sweet.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I do get a heart
Ew. That's so corny, but I love it.
I know, it's so fucking corny. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, here at Sex Ed with Tim, we're many things, but fuck corny. None of that bullshit. No kidding.
Yeah, let me flip it then a little, because I've been, you know, as far as phallic objects go, I've been seeing, you know, the cucumber is one of the original replacements for dicks. But I saw some porn, interestingly, where somebody was fucking themselves very, very satisfyingly with fucking corn on the
Wow.
cob, and I was like, yeah, I was like, damn, that shit, that's a studded condom right there. Like, the fuck? I'm like, yeah, yeah,
Ribbed for her pleasure. Yeah.
yeah,
Damn.
yeah.
You jack it hard enough that there's friction, it turns into popcorn. Starts popping in the pussy. Oh my god. Can you imagine?
Yeah, just lube oil.
And just starts cooking. Jesus. That's good eating.
And that's but like, that's nature's like popcorn bucket. It's
just jacking the actual corn on the cob until it pops.
And just eating
it out.
The
oh my god, that is great. That is nature's popcorn machine. Just one warm pussy. Just the switchers are the nipples. Jesus. And then the ejaculate is like the sauce dispenser. Oh my god.
Just you put some ranch sauce on the popcorn.
Ranch. No, not the ranch. Oh my god. Jesus. Were you horny at all today? Like during the bike ride? Oh yeah, for those listening, Malcolm is just coming from Toronto's naked bike ride.
I was on the naked bike ride, and I'm so glad you asked, because I was like, you had to be there at 1:00, and I was like, okay, if there's anything, I gotta get up. I didn't have any partners to sleep over with me last night, so I'm like, I gotta masturbate before I get on this bike. This was like priority for me today, because like I didn't want to go to the bike ride and be all just horny and on edge and just be like, god damn it, I'm just gonna be like, have this fucking perma boner all day and just not have like at least a little like internal satisfaction. So I'm fucking myself if I'm not gonna fuck anybody else.
And if you can't fuck yourself, how the hell are you gonna fuck anybody else?
Exactly. Like, man, I fuck myself spectacularly 6 days out of 7. Like, my masturbation is excellent. And I actually just met somebody who is requested my jerk off video. So I told them I'm serious about it. Next day, boom, I already had a video. They were getting them videos. So, but no, I went to the bike ride today, and I was like, yeah, I gotta rub one out before I get there, and I did. It was nice. And then it was nice because I met this Filipino girl that I met last year on the ride, and she was there. And as soon as I got there, I also saw the Naked News people there who interview me every time. They're awesome. Shout them out. So we did the Naked News interview, and then I saw this cute Filipino girl, and she's like, yo, it's good to see you again. And she just comes up and grabs me, and I was like, thank fucking God I got some like sexual energy.
Or else you would have been hard.
Be at this. just being hard and frustrated all day. Like, god damn, the only thing that happened today is just me.
You accidentally penetrate her.
I got to rub up.
Mid hug, you got hard, and then oops, sorry, I'm accidentally inside of you now.
This is one of the most honest places where I think I'm just going to be. I had to actually just wipe off a little pre-cum a little bit. A couple, like, there's all these people around, and I'm like, this is great. My dick's out very often at shit, but I'm like, I'm hugging this person up, and she's rubbing her tits on me. Actually, I don't know if we jumped in the pond over at the water over at the Toronto side at City Hall. So all the makeup had mostly washed off me.
No, you're glittery as hell. And it's Pride Month too. You're glittery, more glittery than me. Jesus Christ.
Oh my God. I know you're going to catch up. I know you're going to catch it's
early in the month.
Yeah, you will. Yeah.
Damn.
So anyways, we were all cuddling and rubbing up, and it was great. And I was like, okay, this is nice. And then I looked down and I'm like, my fucking dick is dripping. I mean, just And I'm like, we're in the middle. We're right about to start the, like, there's hundreds of people around. Well, probably about 200 total. And we're right about to start the ride. So I had to take care of that. And then we took this big, massive group picture. And then we all did the naked bike ride. And we started at 1:00 this afternoon. And it was nice. Just biked around Toronto. Stopped off a couple times, took pictures. And yeah, it was good. I met a couple cuties. There's my dude that I did boylesque with. I did one of my awesome queer homeboys who did boylesque with me was on the ride. Luke Thighlocker is his name.
Ooh, Luke Thighlocker? That's a hell of a name.
Yeah.
My God. I love that. Do you find that because you've been in porn for like 10 years now, do you have some sort of like recognition? Do people recognize you out on the street and be like, oh my God, I've seen your videos? And then like how you react to that kind of notoriety?
Yeah. I have a little bit of it. Yeah, I do. I mean, and I've done music for 25 years, so I get a mix of both. And it's funny, I'm at the point where, the people who recognize me through music react in a certain way, and the people who recognize me through porn react in a different way. So I can kind of, the music people are a little more expressive, and they're like, oh, hey, cool. Wow. Hey, it's Mindbender. But some of the porn people, they're a little more sly about it. And it's so funny. One of my favorite things that ever happened to me is I was at Wellesley Station. So I'm just at Wellesley Station one day, and I'm just waiting for the bus. And this man is looking at me, and he's just giggling. And he's like, and he's just like, just can't contain himself, and he's like laughing, snickering, and he's like just pointing his stuff, and I was like, yeah, hi,
it's me.
It's me. Like, hello, yeah, I know. And he just was just so
giddy.
like
giddy. A little girl.
And I'm like, yeah, you've seen my work. Yes, I've seen that. It's okay. I also take the TTC. And I was like, he was so, the look on his face, I was like, you could just, I'm like, I don't know what scene of mine is in your head, but you're like paralleling it right now and seeing. So it was pretty fun.
Well, because like I see you now, the scene that I always see in my head is the one where you were in Oasis Aqua Lounge in that red room, and I'm like, that's all I can imagine right now when I'm looking at you. So if I'm distracted, pardon me. I just need a second to.
That's okay.
I need a second to like remind myself to be the host. Listen, I'm a guy. I have a high sex drive. If I see another beautiful guy having sex, you can't blame me for wanting to jack off to it. I'm sorry for having a sex drive. Fuck all y'all.
Don't apologize. I hate an unnecessary apology. Don't apologize. None of that around here. Your sexuality, fucking, I love it so much. Your brilliance, you're
my God, so sweet.
But I promise I don't make up a word. This is just how I feel. I had a lover that I met this year at this spectacular orgy, and I met her actually as she was straddling my face. That's literally how I was.
Not a handshake. I was just a full straddle. I love that.
But as you say that, I was fisting somebody in front of them, and they go, lean back, and I lean back, and this beautiful pussy just starts straddling my face, and I'm like, oh my God, this is delicious. So that's how I met this person. I look up, I'm like, hi. So we meet, and from that moment we've started this relationship, and we've been together for like about 5-6 months, and like 4 months into it, they're like, yo, you got to check out this podcast. Check it out. And they showed me the Sex with Tim podcast. And like, yeah, they introduced me to you. And I was like, yo, this person is adorable. And my brain keeps expanding every time I tune into anything. They're so smart. And oh my God. So like, I'm happy I'm here. This is like a dream come true. And yeah, you can, so I'm saying like, you can, you can fantasize about fucking me because I dreamed about having this conversation just as much.
My cheeks are hurting. I'm smiling. Oh, that's so sweet. And you were so nice to me when you like came up to me during the Sex Tech TO event, because I'm not really sure how to handle strangers coming up to me, because my instant reaction is, I wonder how we know each other. Like whether it's like anyone off the street. It's like, do we know each other from the past, or did I forget to call you the morning after we hooked up? And it's like, those are my only two options, right? That's all I know how to say. It's like, oh God, I'm sorry. Do I know you?
Yeah, no, I've had that. I get that too.
Right.
Totally. Oh my God. I try not to, like, I really try to remember who I fuck, but I don't, it's not I'm a love maker. It's about love. It's about the love. But I can proudly say that I recently just had my 1,000th lover.
Good for you.
And I don't talk about numbers, but as a human being, I've reached my 1,000th love. I'm saying this.
Yeah, no, yeah. That's good.
Yeah. I'm saying, yeah, I'm just you know, that's like LeBron doing 40,000 points or whatever. Like, you know, just people in life, they have their milestones. So that's Jordan with his 6 rings, whatever. But I really, really try not to forget the people that I fuck. But I had one this year where I was at an orgy and somebody came up to fuck me. And I was like, okay, cool, let's do this. And then one of my other partners was in the room, somebody who I fuck regularly. And then she goes, oh, you're going to have sex with this person again. And I was like, again? And I was like, again? In my brain, I'm saying again, but I was like, yeah. But and then the person was like, yeah. Remember when we fucked like 4 years ago? And I'm like, I have no clue. I was like, fuck, I totally don't. I thought this was our first time fucking. And I was like, damn, I was like, shit, man. I'm like, I was proud of myself, but also like disappointed. I was like, shit, I thought I remember. I was like, is that my fault?
You are way more compassionate than I could ever be, because I recently just surpassed like 2,000. And yeah.
Yes.
But the thing is, yes. I don't ever bother to remember them. I don't bother remembering any of their names. I'm sorry. Like, you are literally listed on my phone as what app I met you from, a very distinctive feature. So like, I have a left eye tattoo from Grindr texting me right now. Like, I don't need to bother with your name.
You never had a name. You never had a name.
And you're not going to have a name. I'm sorry. It's just...
you're going to have a...
Yeah, vibration. No, my vibration is from a Hitachi magic wand, not from the guy, okay? I'm not going to fuck with emotional connections. I'm here to fuck, and that's it. But some of these guys, they get a little too attached. They get a little too attached. I recently had a guy, so he tried to fuck me, but he had whiskey dick. So unfortunately, he could not get it up the entire time, but he loved eating my ass. I don't blame him. And he loved fingering me, because I'm tight as hell.
Okay. And sweet. You know, at least he's
and then this happened at like 2:00 in the morning. And then I was like, all right, I got to get home. I slept. I got home at like 3. I get a call from him at 7 a.m. I'm like, hold on. This is a little much. This is aggressive. Why are you calling me like not even a full day after we fucked? This is what? Like, I mean, you know, with great power comes great responsibility with my asshole. And I get that. But also, Jesus, let's reel it back. I don't know if you've had like really clingy partners like that after they've had sex with you.
Wow. So he's trying to make up for his failure like 4
Correct.
hours later? Like
Yeah.
really trying to.
And then I texted him. I was like, wait, did you call me? And he's like, yeah, I was wondering if you're available now. And I'm like, it's 8:00 in the morning. I'm at work. And he's like, so does that mean you can't come?
Yeah.
What? I'm at work.
What? Yeah, for real.
Yeah, I know. This is what I get for sleeping with younger guys. It's so dumb.
Oh, shit.
And he's not even that much younger. I'm 31.
No,
he's 29. You should know better.
Yeah, but that's the thing. That's the thing about age. Like, I mean, obviously we are all dealing with adult human beings as far as everybody above 18 to 21. But like, I've met people who are 35, 40, 45, but their brains are 21 or 16 still. I've met 50-year-olds who just operate like 15-year-olds, or they're just their emotional maturity is so lacking. Their ability to communicate is so, and their ability to express what they want, or you know, there's a time for games and there's a time.
I told you the story at Sex Tech where my last partner, he was like in his later 40s, like 47, 48, and he broke up with me over text. I'm like, grow the fuck up.
What,
yeah, I know, right?
What? Like,
yeah, no warning whatsoever. Like a week after my birthday, and everything was going so smoothly. We had great birthday sex. I slept over. He drew me a bath. He took me to a nice restaurant. And then a week later, he was like, I'm sorry, this isn't working out. And I'm like, do you want to explain yourself? And no response, just nothing. Ruined me.
That's
Isn't it?
horrible. That's horrible and irresponsible. Right? And what the? That's selfish as fuck. Yeah. Like, how are you gonna do after like a week after a birthday? You share an experience on a birthday, and then you disappear without even an explanation. The disappearance doesn't make sense. Like, are you doing another relationship entirely that's taken your focus? Like, do you have some personal shit? Like, not explaining it to you either. Like, that's just doubling down on wrongness. Like, what the?
Isn't it dumb?
Fuck?
I don't know.
I'm poly as fuck. I've been poly longer than I've not been poly. I'm 46 and I've been poly since I was 21. And there was only 1 year where I was with a Muslim woman for just monogamy, just for 1 year when I was 34. I'm like, I don't give a fuck what you're doing or whatever, what you're going through. Just have the just cobble enough to get the language to communicate where you're at. Be like, I'm capable of this. I'm incapable of this. Like, you could just say it for 2 to 3 minutes. It doesn't have to be a long fucking drawn out thing, but just be like, hey, I can't do this anymore because XYZ, or like, I'm just not like, take a drop of responsibility or have a like modicum of humanity, just a speck. And like, this is why I'm capable of talking to all of the people that I want to talk to that I don't fuck anymore. They don't burn every bridge once we stop fucking. It's not, it ended horribly and I treated them like shit and I disappeared out of their life disrespectfully and fucking like abandoned their emotions. No, I didn't do that to none of my exes. I'm like, to the best of my ability. Like,
You are so emotionally intelligent just based on this conversation, and also like, sexually talented because of the videos I've seen you in, blah, 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 whatever.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Yeah. Thank you.
I'm wondering do you credit this sort of emotional intelligence from porn or just life experience? Like, what are some of the things that you take away from all of your years in porn and life in general? Because the way that you communicate about relationships is so like, blunt and fresh. Are these things that you learn through sex work or just, your polyamorous lifestyle?
All of the above. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. I actually have to say that about you, which is another reason why I wanted to why I want to continue learning you and knowing you and like sitting down and listening to you talk. Oh my God. You were talking about the history of vibrators and you just like, I was just like, this is a person who's not only cute and awesome and like any sex positive or like former or current sex worker is automatically my comrade in the struggle, automatic friend. And then I'm like, oh shit, this person isn't just sexually aligned with me, but their brain is fucking awesome. So I'm like learning from you the whole hour. I'm like, oh, here we go again. So an event that I wish was 3 hours longer so I could like talk to this person more. They could just talk more. So I appreciate you for that. But I have to say, like, all of these, like, it's literally all of these are books about sex, kink, relationships, mistresses, cheating, fucking emotional intelligence, history of sexuality.
For the audience that's listening right now, you can't see on the video, but he is pointing to an entire stack of books that are like 3-4 levels of shelves high. Wow, it's tall.
All of I got yeah, I mean, that's more of my music, but those are more of my books too. I have that, like, I don't think I own anything more than actually, like, I did a lot. I do some journalism. I don't do as much writing anymore, but yeah, I got a lot of sex books, and like that's literally 60% of my possessions, like sex, relationships, human connections, kink, porn. So I do a lot of reading. I like to learn, but I like to say that we are gladiators. We are gladiators in the arena of human conflict and connection. And we are like, there are so many people that are just they're spectators. They're just watching, they're judging, they're talking shit, they're writing policy, they're fucking on the outside, just fucking, slut shaming, doing all this bullshit, fucking writing bullshit on the internet, while we are actually
in the trenches,
talking to people, loving people, in the trenches, in the fucking, like, actually touching people, fucking interacting with them, really like caring for them, healing them, really, really interact, like exchanging energy and like exchanging words in the fucking in a real meaningful way. Like if we have to fucking criticize something, it's in like for the sake of healing and like guidance, and not just being like, I'm talking shit about you because you're having fun in your sex life and I'm not having fun in my sex life and I'm gonna fucking shit on you for it. Like, fuck you. Like, I'm so sick. I like, it's futile to like write on the internet in certain ways, but like I choose to spend a particular part of my energy just combating slut shaming, even though I know in my lifetime slut shaming will obviously not disappear. But I'm just like, oh, if you fucking slander a sex worker, I'm coming for you. I don't care who you are. I'm gonna just fucking nope. Not everybody agrees with you. You're gonna have some right-wing motherfuckers and some religious Christian motherfuckers who are like, yeah, she's wrong, they're wrong, he shouldn't fuck, their queerness is bad, guys shouldn't fuck. And I'm like, nah, fuck you. Y'all are fucking ignorant. Just know that not everybody thinks
It's
your
funny
way.
you bring that
So,
up because I literally was scrolling TikTok this morning and saw a video of this woman who claims to be a psychologist and calls herself a relationship coach. And then her TikTok said that, like, never trust a man who's hired a sex worker before because those are the unfaithful ones. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? Have you ever spoken to a sex worker? Have you spoken to someone who's hired a sex worker? Most of the people that I was like serving were not like quote unquote unfaithful or they're losers or whatever. She used the word losers, like those are losers. I'm like, who are you? You're so dumb. I'm not about to take relationship advice from Wish Kim Kardashian, okay? This knockoff model from Shein or Temu or whatever. God, she was so annoying. I hate it.
Pathetic. Like, you don't have to shit on those people to fucking try to elevate yourself. Like, like a sex worker is you doing your job better than you because they're a fucking psychologist.
Period.
They're actually doing fucking sexual connection that you're incapable of doing because you're not professional enough. You don't have enough fucking body awareness or fucking courage or so many other things that you're lacking. Well, I don't want to judge you, but this is just the truth of the difference between who's doing what for the
You're
one person's
so
doing
much nicer than me, Malcolm. You really are. You're like, I don't want to judge you, but here I am being the snarky, sassy little bitch, looking you up and down, rolling my eyes. Like, I will drag you to filth, honey. I am so rude.
Yeah, no, I love it.
I don't have time for bullshit.
No, yeah, and I'm on the sidelines eating popcorn and like you fire your fucking gunshots at these people's faces because like I have this like love philosophy that surrounds some of my shit. So like I'm trying to find this middle ground of how to be critical of all the stupid ignorant bullshit in the world. But like I'm not like I have this way of saying, yeah, like my Instagram is Mindbender Loves You, but I'm like, yeah, Mindbender loves you, but like I love a lot of people, but I don't love their choices, decisions, and fucking statements all the time. So I'm like, I might love you as a person, theoretically, but as soon as you start talking and doing your shit, I'm like,
See, here's the thing with me. I'm an equal opportunity hater. I don't care where you're from, what skin color you are, what gender you identify as. I will find something to hate about you. At least everyone is equal on an even playing field, all right? I'm a hate you, your damn teeth.
We'll be right back after this commercial break.
Yes!
Hey, you sick motherfuckers! I've got a special treat for you. Need a new toy to spice up your sex life? Head over to loveshop.ca/sexedwithtim and get yourself a cock ring, a dildo, a vibrator, or even a life-sized sex doll. Damn, I guess love really does come in all shapes and sizes. Get 15% off your entire order when you use code SEXEDWITHTIM at checkout. They're shipping to all of Canada and the United States because North America is horny. That's loveshop.ca/sexedwithtim and use code SEXEDWITHTIM for 15% off your entire purchase. Happy orgasm! Do you like feeling sexy and looking sexy? Of course you do. Only my listeners are sexy as fuck. I have partnered with fetishwear designer Dale Kuda to bring you the hottest deals on custom jock straps, harnesses, hats, and more. Head over to dalekuda.com, that's DALEKUDA.com, and use code SEXEDWITHTIM at checkout for 25% off the entire store. Yeah, you heard me. 25% off. And cherry on top, free shipping. Oh my god. I have a few of the stuff that he has made for me, and Girl, I'm wearing it right now. I'm wearing like a little jock strap so that I could easily just like slip a little butt plug or dildo every now and then here and there. And I'm on the train. I'm just like, thank you, Dale. That's DaleCuda.com with the code SEXEDWithTim for 25% off your entire purchase with free shipping. With a deal like that, I swear I could come buckets, honey.
The show is about to begin.
Yes.
I wanted to briefly shift the conversation back to sex work because that's something that you and I have in common. We are both like people of color in the sex work industry. You're Black, I'm Filipino. And I've had my fair share of my race playing a factor in the sex work industry where I was like fetishized or even like outright denied because of my race, because, you know, Filipinos are all like, or Asians are all bottoms or whatever. It's bullshit. So I'm wondering then, like, how has your experience been in porn with, like, you know, your features playing a factor into it? Like, have you ever been fetishized before? Have you ever been, you know, discriminated against?
Yeah, absolutely. I definitely have been discriminated against, and there's a certain amount of opportunities that won't come my way. There's a certain amount of people that won't work with me because I'm not a white male. There's just certain people that just make assumptions about, they don't think that I might be into romance, or like they just hyper masculinize me and just be like, oh, you have to be this like aggressive top. And I'm like, I can do that. I like doing that, but I also like to bottom, and I like to eat pussy, and I also like anal play, and I do other things that you might not assume. So like, you definitely don't understand me as a Black man, and you have not, like, you've put me in a box before you've ever really understood me, or they just like treat me invisible. Like, there's a lot of people who just kind of see that, hey, this guy is kind of like a progressive, different, like, this guy does hip hop and he's talking about queer stuff. I actually have a song I fucking did in the year 2000. It's like, it's kind of old, but it's called Brokeback Gangster. And me and this bisexual dude that he was just this amazing cat that I know, as fashion designer. And we did a song a long time ago, and we filmed some of it at the Pride Parade. And we're like making this rap song called Brokeback Gangster. And then, like, I've been in hip hop talking about, yo, I'm a queer man. And there's just people who, if they don't like attack me for it or try to shame me for it, they just like pretend I don't exist. They're like, I can't like wrap my head around it, because but then sometimes, like, I mean, you know, it's not all bad, and that's like, it's better here for me, I think, in Toronto in certain ways, not economically, but as far as freedom goes, and as far as not being oppressed or being violently attacked, I think it's better here than I think I would have it in California if I were to live in the States. Even though I'd have more financial opportunity for sure, and I'd be working like shooting porn every week and whatever, but like, I would have to deal with way more racism and way more ignorance, and I think I would feel less safe, because like I am a queer Black man, and I just don't think it would be, I could do both in America the way that I do it here. So, and like, I don't think I want to live in Europe at this point. So I just want to travel to certain places and just come back here. But yeah, it's just, there's so many complications in porn, out of porn, in the music industry, in Toronto, outside of Toronto. Like, there's just all these, in Montreal, there's all these little fucking pockets and rules and weird things that all overlap and then disconnect, and it fractures you, but then you just have to fucking,
Yeah. Because I've always found it kind of strange that, like, you look at porn sites and then there's an entire section of genre that's like interracial or BBC, BBW, Asian, and it's like, why do we specifically need our own category in that? And it's always just been so weird. So like, have you ever experienced a time where you were like approached because of a specific stereotype? It's like, oh my god, you're black, you must have a big dick and you must be able to like, you know, fuck for hours on end. And like, you can't fuck for hours on end, obviously, but like,
yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'm like, you know, some stereotypes are kind of true, but like, it's about. Yeah, it's like, yo, it's about seeing beyond it. You know, I'm a human being, a 3-dimensional human being. Yes, I do have a big dick, ironically, and yes, I can fuck for hours, ironically. Sure. But I also can eat pussy for hours, ironically, and I want to cuddle at the end of it. Like, I have, like, it's just about the 3-dimensionality of it. So it does sometimes work in my favor. I'm not going to say, like, you know, like, so, because there is a beauty in it if you don't disrespect the core of what the stereotype is. Like, oh, black men are these fucking sex machines. It's like, hey, that's a good thing. As long as you don't treat your sex machine like a fucking robot that you disrespect and just like discard like a fucking broken Hitachi or something. Like, no. Like, it's a, like, no, I am a sex machine, like James Brown. James Brown is the motherfucking, you know, goddamn superstar.
Or how's it going?
Yeah. I feel. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Well, yeah. You know, it's like, you know, it's yeah. It's not. I think I do want to say. I've worked in restaurants. I've been a journalist. I do music. I've written with in school boards. I've had a variety of industries that I've worked through. But the time where I made the decision to become a sex worker, I know the moment and the time, like the part of my life where I did that. I sincerely believe that was the single best decision I've ever made for myself in my life. And like the communities and the alignment with my values and the work in the world and the connections to politics and sexuality and artistry and just humanity and fucking bodily health and then like world cultures, all the like just the decision to go into the sex work world. It's my favorite thing I've ever done. All the people that ain't cool with it, I'm like, that's cool. I hope you're happy with your life and what you're doing, because I think this is right. I'm amongst a group of people that are doing some of the most important work in world history as fucking, we've been like helping evolve things on levels that most of y'all don't even fucking conceive until 50 years after the work is done and after we're dead. Like, oh, this person is so great. Like, motherfucker, in their lifetime, they were so oppressed and they were fucking just another sexual revolutionary that was just oppressed by the society around them at the time. And they were just trying to make things better. So yeah, man, like I'm happy with doing, like, I'm just saying all of this to say, like, there's some shitty days with sex work, but most of my days are good days.
That's good. No, I agree. Like, and if it wasn't for sex work, I don't think I would have been as open-minded as I am today, because, you know, I was born and raised in the Philippines. I was there until I was like 12 years old before moving to Canada. And then it was only in Canada where I became a sex worker, right? And being open to all of these different little stories, these different like backgrounds, it really opened my mind up to a world of possibilities. And I never would have imagined it to be like that had it not been for sex work. So I ask you, Malcolm, what are some of the things that you have learned and unlearned about your own sexuality, especially being socialized as a black man in the 21st century? Because being socialized as a black man in the 21st century, it comes with connotations like, you know, you're hypermasculine, hypersexual, blah, blah, blah. How has being in porn changed your views on sex and dating? What have you learned and unlearned in that process?
Oh, that's a massive question. I'm so glad you asked.
A question that
I'll
just
try to
matches
sum
your
it up in two
penis.
things really quickly.
I'm sorry, I'm horny, okay? And I want you to fuck me. So.
It's okay. Oh my god. Oh, you know what? Oh my god. My dick is
Oh
still
my
bedazzled
god!
from
It's so pretty! Look at that!
I there was some bedazzling on the bike ride, so I
Yeah,
just thought
it's so cute.
but yeah,
I almost wanted to
we
instinctively
just
suck
had
it,
to.
like on the screen, like, ha.
Yeah. Yeah. Amazing. Okay, just to respect the
I don't need respect. Come on.
like, yeah. Yeah, but I have two Jamaican parents, so it's like I've actually my father. There was a time where he was like, "Yo, you're a disgrace to the family," even though my father was fucking deported from the country for some bullshit that he did. And so there's a lot of homophobia in Jamaican culture. Not a lot, but obviously we all are aware of what I'm speaking towards. And there is some, and yeah, you know, I feel like I'm part of the progression against that and out of that. And if there's a disconnect that I have to have from I'm just disconnected from ignorance and conservative culture and fear. And like, hey, there's any man, whether you're Jamaican, whether you're Canadian, American, hip hop, whatever you identify through, if you're just my coworker in some whatever job you're doing, if you're like, oh, gay guy, if you're gay, you're weak, or, you know, gay man or fucking gayness is wrong. Or if you're like in my aunt's church, which is the first place I kind of discovered ignorance around homosexual activity. If you're just think that way, I'd be like, I don't align with you because I just don't agree with that. And I just, you're just kind of ignorant, and that's not what my experience is. So like, I've had to grow like through new communities and grow out of certain communities of people that I thought that I might be longer in connection with in life. And I've had no problem doing that. I love what sex work has brought me in being the Black man that I am and being like pansexual and just curious and just fearless. I'm based on love and romance. And the one thing that I do want to say, what I have learned, is that I do believe that we have infinite virginities. That's what I like to say it as. So it's like we like as if like it's like we're raised to be like, oh, the first time your dick is in a pussy is the first time you're like you have sex. But it's like, no, there's like, hey, the first time your dick is in an asshole. And I was like, oh shit, the first time I kissed a man, the first time I had somebody put their fingers in my ass, the first time I sucked a dick, the first time I was in a fucking orgy. There's so many firsts. And I'm like, if you're a healthy human being to me, you're enjoying these firsts as you grow through life. I'm like, I
think I've maxed out my virginities, Malcolm. I've maxed out on all my virginities. I've maxed out on all of my virginities. I've done everything and anything under the sun. I think I'm good.
I love to hear you. Oh, at 31,
I've been around the block quite a few times.
You're my hero. I love it.
Well, you say that, but you haven't been in bed with me yet, so we'll see.
Yeah, you know, we haven't. I know. Yo, I'm going to say something. I'm not even going to share this everywhere, but I'm going to share it with you because I like you. I had something happen to me 3 weeks ago that I never even imagined. I've never seen it in a porno. I've never heard of it. I've never even thought that a human being could do it, or two human beings. So I was with this incredibly like super fucking awesome queer femme, and we're fucking around, and like they're just adoring my ass. Like they love my ass a lot.
It's a great ass.
A lot.
Can't blame him.
And, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, look, it's like nice and juicy and curvy, and like you just want to spread it open and go to town on the hole. I'm a rim job connoisseur, so I know a good ass when I see one.
Okay, it's like, okay, thank you. This is duly noted. And so we're fucking around and doing all this stuff. They're admiring and worshiping my ass more than anybody has ever done. And they're eating my ass. And then they're like, they go, they're like, I need to fuck your ass. But they're like, no strap on. I need to fuck your ass. So what ended up happening is this person took their wet, dripping pussy and grinded it all over my asshole and just like fucked me with their pussy. And I was like, I don't know what this is called. I don't know what is happening. I just know that this is fucking amazing. And I could feel your delicious wet pussy fucking my asshole. And I don't even know what. I'm like, this is a virginity I just lost, and I don't even know what this activity is called. I've never even seen it in a porno. I don't know what the word. I've never read this in a book. I don't even know what's happening, but I love it, and this is the first time it happened. So to that person, I still send them love and peace. And yeah, I just say that to say, like, I just think people should just keep learning and keep growing as their life goes on, and never be afraid to have a little fun. My nipples in my 40s, my nipples started getting more sensitive.
Oh yeah.
My nipples are,
I say this as a nipple guy myself. I can come from just nipple stimulation. Yeah.
Word up.
It takes some memory and muscle control, but yeah, it's definitely possible. So with how many sexual partners under your belt? Like, you just reached 1,000. Congratulations. Is there a sexual act that you have yet to try or want to try?
Oh, there's lots. Yeah. Okay. There's so many. I still haven't fucked in an airplane. That's the thing.
It's not that great.
Technically, I haven't.
It's not that great. I'll tell you right now.
Yeah, and like, I don't even expect it to be great. But like, I fucked in a bus going to New Jersey. I fucked in a Greyhound bus, and I got it was cramped and whatever. So I assume the airplane will be similar. But like, it's just like I still like it's really basic, but I've never actually fucked. I've only fucked once in a club, and it wasn't even a dance club. It was a burlesque club. So I want to fuck in like a music club. I haven't done that yet. It's really basic, but like going to like a dance party and then having sex in the bathroom. Like Usher has a song about it. I haven't done there's a couple of like super basic things that I haven't done yet. But I also, I want to fuck it at the CN Tower. Like, I don't know. I want to have like a 5-on-1. I want to I think I want to have like an all gender orgy, like man, woman, trans. Like, I haven't done that yet. Like, there's just a couple of interesting things.
Oh my God, you're just getting hard thinking about it. You naughty, naughty boy. Stop it right now. Oh my God, he's jacking it. No, that's great. I mean, I've had my share of a sex party before, like huge dance floor. Everyone's fucking literally on the dance floor. So, yeah.
I need to be there. I haven't been at that.
Oh man, it's fun.
Yeah. I do want a 5-on-1. To be honest, there's like, I see lots of gangbang stuff, and I'm like, that's amazing, but like, I want to do like a reverse gangbang. Like, I usually see like a girl or a guy take on fucking 6 dudes, like 6 or 7 tops and a bottom, but I'm like, I want to take on 5 or 6 ladies. Like, I'll bring me all this pussy. I do love me some pussy. I gotta just put that out there. I love the human body and I love to fuck with a whole variety of things, but part of me is very much a pussy connoisseur.
Good for you.
So I would love to have like I need like a 5-on-1. Like, ew. That's just one thing on the list. That's one thing on the list. And my time with some boys is those days are beginning quite nicely too.
Yay! And I'm just at the dawn of it too, so I have a chance.
You'll probably hear something, see something, witness something.
I think, Malcolm, the age difference between you and me, we can make some sweet music together. Your experience, my experience, my young stamina. I'm a fitness instructor, so I know how to go out. I just told you I had sex for 4 hours. The guy wants me to go to his place for a whole fucking day. I'm like, okay, I got to make sure my dog is taken care of. I'm like dieted and everything. So you just say when, buddy, and I will be right there.
That's I love that. That's what I love about men. Men don't fuck around. Dudes are just about it. Yeah, guys are just, let's go.
I will put my phone on Do Not Disturb. I will set aside an entire day, block off my calendar just for sex.
You have some fucking in your immediate future about to happen?
In my immediate future, yes, actually.
Minutes away?
So
away?
I need to wait?
No, minutes away or hours away?
Let me see. I think the guy wants to meet up either tonight or tomorrow night, but I do have one where we're scheduling it with the premiere of House of the Dragon. So
oh shit! You gonna fuck fuck before it or after it, during it?
What we're gonna do is we're gonna watch the show first and then have sex afterwards, because what we like to do is kind of get into a heated argument about this fictional universe, about dragons and everything, and that's kind of what gets us turned on. It's the argument of it, right? It's like we're fighting over which side to take on these two characters, and then we kind of like use that as fuel for the flames to make it like makeup sex.
That's amazing.
On June 16th.
Oh shit.
Makeup sex?
No, like just to like, because I get into some TV shows. I watch The Power. I just watched Power, Ghost. But like, I have a bunch of shows that I like, but I've never thought of using the conflict of a television show to help fuel your sex life. Be like, I'm that character, and I'm this character, and fucking, and just like.
No, for this one, because it's Game of Thrones-y, kind of like medieval stuff, we fight about like the politics of this medieval world, and it's like, whose side are you on? Whose side are you on? No, she's right. No, she's right. And then we kind of just like have a yelling match and scream at each other, and then when it gets to like its fever pitch, when we just like stop mid anger, when we're like blood is like rising, that's when we're like, just be quiet, take our clothes off, and then just attack each other.
That's a perfect moment to say.
Give it a shot. Pretty fun.
Thank you. Taking notes. Once again, taking notes, duly noted.
Were you taking notes during my lecture?
I was. I got audio from it, and I also took some quotes. Yeah.
Oh my God, you're so sweet. Yeah. No, I don't know what I said, so I'm verbal diarrhea.
I have the audio snippet if you want. Like I recorded.
Sure.
I think I got 90% of it, and like. No, like seriously, like you were like, that's the thing. I've got some books about the history of various sex items and toys and whatever. So as soon as I heard you, and I was like, this man is just going off the top of his head, just talking about various like history of the vibrator. I'm like, he just knows it. Like, this is my kind of fucking thinker. What a brilliant man. and like it's.
Oh,
You're
I'm so flattered.
you're spectacular at what you do.
Oh my God. You're making me blush and you're making me hard.
Yeah.
You're too much.
I love it. I'm gonna fucking quote you on that.
You're making me blush and you're making me hard.
Yeah, that's great. That's great.
Oh my God. Well,
I'm a musician.
before
So, yeah.
before we like get any more heated, Malcolm, I just wanted to say how gorgeous and how beautiful you are and how intelligent you are and how talented you are and everything that you do. And I can't get enough of you, and I'm pretty sure our audience can't get enough of you either. So I was wondering if you can please plug whatever it is that you want to plug. Where can the people find you on the internet? What do you want them to see?
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that, and you're a lovely, lovely specimen, spectacular human being. I adore you. Oh. So, if you want to find me, I'm at Twitter, because Twitter you can actually show nudity without any banning. So you can find me on Twitter at MindbenderMind, or you can find me on Twitter at Malcolm Lovejoy. You can also find me on Instagram at Mindbender Loves You on Instagram. But I try to do things on there, and then they shadow ban me for half the things I do, so I get frustrated, and I'm not on there very much. You can also just Google me. You'll find my website, Malcolm Lovejoy. I'm pretty easy to find. I'm out there, and you can just. If you ever need some sex work, if you ever need some massage, if whatever, you never just need love in your life, a good or a good piece of dick. Hi.
I need a good dick. I need a good dick in right now. So to everyone that's made it this far into this chaotic ass conversation, thank you for listening. I will put all of that in the show notes where you can find Malcolm and all of his work and his social media. And please do not forget to leave a review, to rate, review, and subscribe, because if you do, you're supporting sex education, you're supporting queer content, and just like beautiful people who are horny just like you. And if you don't, then you're a racist, you're a homophobe, you're transphobic, you're just a huge bigot.
Boo, tomato. Boo.
Exactly. So don't forget to give us those 5 stars, people. But this is where I leave you off, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us here on Sex Ed with Tim. Happy rest of your Pride, and
happy Pride.
Yeah, happy Pride, everyone. We'll see you at the next episode. Bye. Thanks for listening to the Sex Ed with Tim podcast. Sex Ed with Tim is created and produced by me, Tim Lagman. Music is Aces High by Kevin MacLeod. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram at GaySlutClown and at Sex Ed with Tim. You can also like and follow me on the Sex Ed with Tim Facebook page. If you enjoyed the show, please rate, review, and subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. Thanks for all your support, you dirty little slut.